Namaste. Welcome back to our course on Mudras. Let's begin by chanting Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namo Hari Om. Namaste. Last week we had a short introduction to mudras. And this week we're going to be talking about mudras in health, especially about mudras in physical health. And of course this physical health exists in the context of the five koshas, all five bodies. So we're going to begin today by using the gestures, using the mudras to experience this context, the overall context of health. So the first gesture we're going to be using is Prithvi Mudra. I'm going to be touching the thumb to the tip of the ring finger. Other three fingers extended. Thumb to the tip of the ring finger, other three fingers extended. Can rest in the lap, on the legs. So beginning by experiencing the physical body, the Annamaya kosha, the main focus of our exploration today. And simply sensing the different systems of the body. Sensing first the lungs, the breath. Creating an intention for health throughout the respiratory system. And sensing the heart itself, the heart muscle, and the entire circulatory system, veins, arteries. Sense the flow of circulation throughout your body. Noticing the intimate relationship between the respiratory system and the circulatory system. And creating an intention for the health of the heart and the entire circulatory system. And then sensing the digestive and eliminatory systems, from the mouth to the anus. Sensing the entire process of receiving, digesting, assimilating, and eliminating. Creating an intention for the optimal health of these systems. Sensing the entire pelvic area, reproductive system and urinary systems. Creating an intention for the health of these systems. Sensing the bones and the muscles, musculoskeletal system. Sensing the entire structure of the body. Creating an intention for the health, balance, harmony in these systems. Sensing the brain and all of the nerves throughout the body. And closely related, all of the senses, creating an intention for the health of the nervous system. Sensing all of the glands of the endocrine system. Creating an intention for their health. And then sensing the entire immune system, located throughout the body, but especially within the white blood cells. Creating an intention for the optimum efficiency of the immune system. And then feeling your physical body as a whole. Sensing balance, harmony, health. Allowing this to be a lived experience. And creating an intention, an inner prayer for the health of your entire physical body. Anamaya kosha, physical body. And then placing this health in the context of the other sheaths, the other bodies. So placing our hands in Vita Mudra, visualizing the energy ball between the hands. As you inhale, that energy ball gently expands. As you exhale, it softens. And as the ball of energy expands and releases between your hands with your breathing, also feel your body expanding and releasing in synchrony with your breathing. And experience your pranamaya kosha, the body of energy. And our intention is to experience that energy flowing smoothly and freely. Energy flowing smoothly and freely throughout the legs and feet. Throughout the entire pelvic area. Throughout the abdomen and low back. The solar plexus and middle back. Heart, chest, lungs, and upper back. These areas expanding freely and relaxing completely in synchrony with your breathing. Energy flowing through the shoulders and arms all the way down to the fingertips. Energy flowing through the neck and head. Energy flowing through your entire body. And now feeling the union between the energy body, the pranamaya, and the physical body, the anamaya. Sensing how this subtle energy is absolutely necessary for the functioning of all of the organs of the physical body. Sense a complete union between the physical body and the energy body. Sensing how the energy body is absolutely necessary for your physical health. Energy flowing smoothly, freely, completely. Next, we're going to place our hands in Purna Hridaya Mudra. So interlacing the fingers inward, with the thumbs pointing down. You've all seen this on the internet, this heart shape, but you probably didn't know that it originally came from our famous book, Mudras for Healing and Transformation, which of course you can purchase on our website. And just allowing your thoughts and emotions to roam freely And without repressing or rejecting, simply soften into the emotional body. Soften, release, relax. Soften the legs and feet, pelvis, entire torso, shoulders, arms and hands, neck and head, releasing all the stress. And sensing how this relaxation at the level of the everyday mind and emotions is absolutely essential for the free flow of energy. When the mind flows freely, when the emotions flow freely, energy flows freely. And as energy flows freely, the body functions optimally. Sensing this union now between the physical body, the energy body, and the body of thought and feeling, the Manomaya Kosha. Sensing how the union, the integration of these three cultivate, promote physical health and healing. And next we're going to place our hands in Chitta Mudra, simply taking the hands and placing them in Jnana Mudra, so the top tip of the index finger to the tip of the thumb. So we've got Jnana Mudra in each hand, and then I'm just going to place them together, holding in front of the heart. We've experienced the physical body, the Annamaya, the body of subtle energy, the Pranamaya, the body of our thoughts and feelings, the Manomaya. And now this is Vijnanamaya, the body of wisdom, or the body of witness. So in this body of wisdom, we become the witness of our thoughts and feelings. And we're able to discern and release our identification with the underlying beliefs. So whatever emotion we're feeling, whatever thoughts are arising, within this wisdom body, we simply witness them. And then slowly we begin to see, what are the underlying limiting beliefs that empower particular thoughts and feelings, especially negative ones, desires, aversions? What is it that we believe about ourselves, about the world, about other beings, that bring those thoughts and feelings into being, that manifest them? As we recognize these underlying core beliefs at the level of the wisdom body, we naturally release the stress within the mind. We release the constrictions that inhibit the free flow of energy within the subtle body. And in turn, we allow all the systems of the physical body to flow freely. Sense now that unity between the higher mind, the mind of wisdom, witnessing, understanding, releasing limiting beliefs, releasing tension and stress from the mind, allowing the body of energy to flow freely, and allowing the physical body to function optimally. And finally, well, almost finally, we're going to place our hands in Hansi Mudra, the last of our 5 koshas. So I'm going to touch the thumb to all of the fingers, the tip of the thumb to the tips of all of the fingers, except for the little finger which is extended. So touching the tips of all of the fingers to the thumb and the little finger extended. Those can be held upright or resting down in your lap. And now sensing the body of bliss, the Ananda Maya Kosha. In the body of bliss are all your natural positive thoughts, feelings, beliefs that are reflections of your true being. As we release limiting beliefs at the level of the wisdom body, releasing stress from the mind, allowing the energy body to flow freely, allowing the physical body to function optimally. These positive feelings emerge naturally. And simply allow that to happen now. Feelings of peace, of inner knowing, of lightness, of ease, of grounding, of centering, of union, of integration. As all of the other koshas come into balance, these positive feelings, which are reflections of your true being, unfold spontaneously and naturally. And then we bring all of the fingers and the thumbs together into Hakini Mudra, almost as if you're visualizing a globe between the fingers, resting on the lap or holding it in front of the solar plexus. And sensing the integration of the 5 koshas within your being as health itself. The positive qualities at the level of the Anandamaya Kosha, the body of bliss. Informing your body of wisdom, so that these positive attitudes and qualities, called Aklishta Ritayaha, infuse all of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Releasing stress and cultivating joyfulness. Allowing energy to flow freely and the physical body to respond by functioning in perfect harmony. Sense that harmony within all 5 koshas in this moment. And we'll affirm it by chanting Om. So these 5 koshas form the context of health. And of course, all 5 koshas have to be in harmony in order to find that health in the physical body. The next facet of health we're going to be looking at is health at the level of the 5 elements. So once we have a context for health, a physical body, actually all of the bodies, even our thoughts and feelings, they're all comprised of the 5 elements, either in a physical or a subtle form. Today we're going to be looking at these 5 elements principally in relation to the systems of the body. And so we're going to be going through the 5 elements and sensing how working with the gestures can support us in cultivating the health of each of the elements and in turn bringing perfect health to the physical body. So we're going to begin with we're going to use the Prithvi Mudra again. So touching the thumb to the tip of the ring finger. Now all the other fingers are extended. And let's begin by sensing the earth element within our being. Using the gestures as a way of amplifying, of connecting, of awakening deeply to each of these elements so that we can use them for bringing optimal health to the physical body. Each of the elements connected with a symbol. The earth element, a yellow square at the base of the body. And also a color, a red earthen energy that flows throughout your being. Visualize the yellow square and allow this red earthen energy to flow throughout your entire being. Sense the earth element as an energy of solidity, of density, of gravity, of grounding, of patience, of stability. And sense this red energy, especially in all the most solid parts of the body, beginning with the bones, moving into the muscles, and in terms of the structure of the cells themselves. So the structural outer membrane of the cell. Sense all of the structural aspects of your body being strengthened, stable, solid, whole, healed. Sense the stability also at the level of the mind. And even at the spiritual level. The earth element as a primordial energy. A knowing that you have always been and will always be. Opening to receive the healing of the earth element. Om Prithvi Devaya Namo. May we be healed by the energy of the earth element. And now placing the hands into Jala Mudra, touching the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger. This is one of those gestures that sometimes can be a little difficult to hold at first. So you can just place it down onto your lap with the hands facing down, and that makes it quite a bit easier to hold. Jala Mudra, tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger. And feeling the water element within your being as a force of healing. A crescent moon within the pelvis, a silver blue crescent moon. And the energy that flows through your being can be a silver blue or a very pale orange. Sense it especially in the area of the pelvis. Sensing the water element nourishing especially the reproductive and urinary systems. As a healing, nourishing wave that moves through the pelvis freely. And sense the water element hydrating your entire body, hydrating the brain, hydrating the senses, supporting the circulatory system, supporting the fluids that encase the brain, the spinal cord, all of the liquid systems of the body being healed and nourished. And the liquid essence that makes up the largest part of the cell, all being healed by the water element. Allow that nourishment and hydration to fill your entire being. Om Jala Devaya Namo. Receive the water element fully and completely. Next is Surya Mudra, and of course you'll receive all of this information in your handouts from today's class. It's simply bending the ring finger down with the thumb above it, Surya, the solar deity. And those can rest onto your lap or wherever it's comfortable. And the fire element centered in the solar plexus, its symbol a downward facing red triangle. Especially related to the digestive system. Visualize a sun within your solar plexus, emitting energy in exactly the right quantity for the optimal health of your digestive system in this moment. Feel the sun's rays permeating your digestive system. Creating an intention for healing of the entire digestive system. Also for the health of the eyes, and allow the sunlight to spread throughout your entire being, nourishing the portion of the cells that produces energy, and sense each of the cells producing energy optimally, so that your entire being is bathed in sunlight. Om Surya Devaya Namo. Om Surya Devaya Namo. Om Surya Devaya Namo. Invoking the solar deity for the fire element, Tejas. And now placing the hands in Vayu Mudra, bending the index finger down with the thumb on top, resting the hands in your lap. And now bringing your awareness to the seat of the air element, the area of the lungs. Visualizing a light green energy And the symbol of the air element, a 6-pointed star comprised of 2 triangles representing perfect balance and harmony. Begin by sensing the health of the lungs. Every area of the lungs filled with this light green energy. Back, front, and sides. Creating an intention for optimal breathing, for optimal health. And also an intention that the immune system, as needed, can function optimally within the lungs. And allow this light green energy to radiate throughout your being. Cultivating sensitivity. Supporting the health of the peripheral nervous system. Moving out to all of the extremities. Feel that sensitivity actually increase through a tingling in the fingers and the toes. And sense that enhanced breathing and that light green energy in every cell of the body. Supporting the portion of the cell's breathing process. And the elimination of all toxins. Now with each exhalation, sense all toxins being released from your body. With each inhalation, sense every cell breathing fully and freely. Sense the entire body breathing. Brain breathing, senses breathing. Heart, lungs, entire body breathing. Sensing the health supported by the air element. Om Vayudevaya Namo. And now touching the thumb to the tip of the middle finger, Akasha Mudra, Akasha being the space element. Space element home in the throat and neck area. Its symbol of full moon. Hanging from the apex of this full moon, a drop of nectar called Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Visualize this drop of nectar falling and opening and spreading throughout your being as a nectar the color of healing moonlight. As if it were liquid healing moonlight. Allow this liquid moonlight, this nectar of immortality, to heal the brain, each hemisphere of the brain. Allow it to heal each of the organs of the endocrine system. Allow it to heal the voice, the vocal cords. Allow it to heal the sense of hearing and the ears. And allow this pure white nectar to move into all of the white blood cells of the body, the heart of the immune system, and to optimize the functioning of the immune system. Nervous, endocrine, and immune join together in optimal health and healing. The essence of the space element. Om Akasha Devaya Namo. And now we're going to go back to the gesture we did earlier, Hakini Mudra. All of the fingers and the thumbs together. And sensing all 5 elements perfectly balanced. Earth, solidity. As you touch the little fingers. Water, fluidity. As you touch the ring fingers. Fire, sunlight, and vitality. As you touch the middle fingers. Air, lightness and breathing as you touch the index fingers. The thumbs, space, as the nectar of immortality fills your entire being. And you release into an experience of complete healing. And each of these 5 fingers also represents one of the 5 koshas. So healing at all levels of being. Healing the physical body. Healing the subtle body. Healing the mind. Healing the wisdom faculty. Attuning to the body of bliss that is the essence of healing. Take a moment to release into, to surrender to this experience of healing. We affirm this healing chanting the sound of Om. Om. The material you're going to be receiving today in your handout will have a list of different mudras for different health challenges. And so I want to go through just a few of those now, just to give us a sense of how they work and the experience, the feeling of them actually working. So we're going to begin with a gesture called Svadhisthana Mudra. You place the right hand below the navel. The left hand is facing up. And so this is one of the gestures for the health of the entire pelvic area, reproductive and urinary systems. All conditions related to the pelvic area. So take just a moment to feel it, to experience it. And notice how this gesture cultivates an inner massage of the entire pelvic area. A sense that the pelvis is being nurtured, healed, massaged from the inside out. Feel almost as if there are waves of healing moving across the entire pelvis. From side to side, from front to back, from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Healing all of the organs of the pelvis fully and completely. And now we're going to experience another gesture for the same area. In the book Mudras for Healing and Transformation, you'll see that for every health condition, there are several gestures, several interrelated gestures. And for each individual on any particular day, one gesture might be more appropriate than another. So just taking two different gestures to see which one feels most appropriate for the healing of the pelvis for you today. The second gesture is Yoni Mudra, interlacing the fingers inward, extending the index fingers forward and the thumbs backward, and again holding below the navel. Same area of the body. Both gestures for the healing of the pelvic area. Again, feeling those waves of healing, of nurturance. And then noticing which of these gestures is more appropriate for you today, which has more power, more healing, more self-nurturance. And then choosing your gesture, choosing the one that's working best for you today. So for every health condition, you'll find 3 to 5 gestures that work for that particular area. And release, and just take a moment to experience the effects. And as we mentioned in our introductory lecture, you'd hold the gestures beginning with 10 breaths, moving up to around 5 minutes. So if, for example, in working with conditions in the pelvic area, first finding the gesture that you intuitively feel is best for you, and then holding that, beginning with 10 breaths, and then moving up to 5 minutes. Let's take another gesture now for the eliminatory system. So I'm simply going to place the thumb, making a fist with the thumb inside, and then extending the little finger and the index finger. So the thumb inside, extending the little finger and the index finger. In our first lecture, we mentioned that the name of the gesture tells you everything about it. And so this is Apanayana, which is the vehicle for elimination. So holding with the palms up. And then if at any point you want to reduce the energy, you can always turn the palms down. So the energy will have more potency with the palms turned up and reduce that potency with the palms turned down. And just noticing how this naturally directs energy to the very base of the body. And you'll actually be able to feel its effects within the eliminatory system itself. And then release, noticing the continuing effects. In this next gesture, I'm going to again keep the thumbs inside a fist. I'm going to extend the little fingers, and I'm going to touch the little fingers together. Anudandi Mudra, and referring to the spine. And so the name of the gesture tells us exactly where it should go, and in this case, mostly to the low back. It's a gesture for relieving constriction and tension from the low back. So notice how this gesture is naturally focused into the low back. Work with the pressure between the little fingers until you find an optimal result. Notice the natural lengthening between the discs and the vertebrae in the low back. On the exhalation, notice the relaxation and release of the muscles of the low back. Notice a sense of space and openness being created in the low back. Release the gesture and notice how those effects remain. Our next gesture is called Brahma, and as we mentioned, the name says it all. So Brahma from the root Bri, meaning to expand or to create, and Brahma being the deity of creation, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and so Brahma being that which creates. And so this is again the fists with the thumbs inside, and this time with the nails facing upward, held in front of the solar plexus. The shoulders are relaxed back and down. And our name will already start to tell us that it's a gesture for increasing energy, vitality. Good for cultivating greater digestion. Good for weight loss. And sense that energy and vitality being created throughout the solar plexus area, throughout the digestive system, and of course subsequently also supporting elimination. Release the gesture and notice the effects that remain. We mentioned that the names of the gestures often tell us how they work, where they're working, what their intention is. But even the shape of the gesture can be an important clue. Our next mudra, Garuda, a similar shape to the two lobes or the two wings of the thyroid gland. And so holding directly in front of the throat. And a gesture for the balance of the thyroid gland, especially for hypothyroid rather than hyperthyroid. Hyperthyroid would be another gesture. And sense the breath and energy moving into the thyroid gland. A sense of almost a marriage or a natural relationship between the gland and the gesture. Garuda, of course, the winged serpent, winged deity. Release and continue to feel the effects. And now placing just the little finger and the ring fingers together. It's called Dvimukha Mudra. Dvimukha means two faces. And so this is literally just two sets of fingers facing each other. Resting into the lap. And so a gesture for anxiety. Notice how the breath naturally slows. Notice how our whole being naturally begins to come into rest and ease. Allowing all stress, tension to be released down and out of the body. Release the gesture, continue to experience the effects. Calm, peace, stability, ease. In these days, with so much importance on our immune system, on maintaining our immune system healthy, we have a wonderful gesture for the immune system. So I'm going to call Brahmara Mudra, Brahmara referring to a bee. And so I'm going to take the index finger and bring it right down to the very base of the thumb, curl it right down into the base of the thumb. Then I'm going to take the thumb and press it onto the outside of the middle finger. So the index finger goes to the very base of the thumb presses onto the outside of the middle finger, the uppermost digit. The other two fingers are extended. And what we'll experience is a sense of activation. A sense of activation of the entire immune system. You can visualize all of the immune cells and organs. All of the immune cells active, alert, awake, without being frantic, patient, strong. Sense your immune system being strengthened. Optimally ready to protect the integrity of your body from within and from without. And releasing the gesture, continuing to sense the effects. And finally, a gesture for the health of the entire body. It's called Maniratna Mudra. So it's a precious gem. And we're going to bring the hands into Jnana Mudra, tip of the index finger to the tip of the thumb. Then we're going to place those together and then allow all the other fingers to be open and hold this in front of the heart. And now sense all of the systems of the body, functioning perfect harmony. Sensing all of the 5 elements balanced. And sensing this health and balance at all levels of being. Physical body, energy body, mind, body of wisdom, and body of bliss, all of our inherent positive qualities. And allow this experience of global health to infuse your entire being, allowing yourself to dissolve into that health so that you become health itself. The lived experience of health. Health being breathed in you and through you in each moment. And we affirm the absolute health of our being, chanting the sound of Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om, Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you for participating in the second week of our course. Be sure to send in your emails so that we can send you out the material. And we'll be back next week on mudras for the subtle body and the chakras. Namaste.